Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, wearing my favorite outfit again today. And this is the third video in my series of videos driving along Lake Michigan. And today I'm starting out at Traverse City, going west. And this video is going to be different because it's a considerably different part of the state. I'm not sure, I don't know really what we're going to find, and I don't know just how far I'm going to get in this video. Just depends on what I find along the way and how much there is to video. So come along with me and I'll show you some more of Lake Michigan. That's the name of this place, however you pronounce it. There are several beaches around Traverse City. I've seen a few of them and they tend to be long and narrow, very narrow beaches and marinas everywhere. So I'm going to show you this one. This is a major marina here. And over to the right, they do have a nice sandy beach. A lot of kids and people hanging out around the beach. A few people in it. This is interesting. They've got some children's swings that you can actually swing out. It looks like they're swinging out over the water. I wonder if they're tempted to jump when they get way out there. And here's a sign that you might want to read. It's way on the west end of town. This is more of kind of a muddy beach, not as fluffy sand like some others I've seen. Well, now I'm taking off to an area where there is only some very small towns. We'll see what we find there. Now this is not Lake Michigan. This is Glen Lake, which is about 25 miles west of Traverse City. I've driven around a bit and this lake is just lined with private residences. And there is a beach over here. Private. Everything is private around here. I haven't been able to find any public beach access yet. And I am not a resort guest. This highway goes across the middle of the lake. A lot of boats out here. You can see people lounging around on the boats. They just put that big yellow platform out on the water. This guy can actually walk on it. Looks like they're standing up. Oh yeah. Wow, that is surprisingly shallow. They're actually standing up, and that is quite a ways out. Well, you can see the color of the water changing. I guess that's where it gets deep, out where it's more deep blue. In fact, look at this. There is a boat shelter. So the water must be really high. In fact, yesterday someone told me that Lake Michigan is higher than usual this year. So they must have had a heavy winter of snow this year. Boy, it looks like fun. I think I get the wrong kinds of friends. I don't think I've been invited out on a boat in 20 years. Last time I went water skiing was about 20 years ago. This is driving along the lake, Glen Lake. Whoa. I'm now in the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore, and this is a place they call Dunes Climb, and that's because there's this big dune, and to get to the top, guess what you got to do? Climb up. So let me show you on this map. I came in from Traverse City on this highway and then up here, and that's where I did the video for Glen Lake, and then crossed the bridge and went up to the small town of Glen Arbor, and then over here is where I am right now, Dune Climb. So next I'm going down south. The visitor center is there at this little town of Empire, and then heading on south down Lake Michigan. So that's Glen Lake, and then Lake Michigan you can see here off to the left. Here's an aerial view. This is the parking lot, and then here's your dunes. People climb up, and I guess when you're up there you can see kind of what we're seeing here. This guy's trying to run up. Well, he is sort of making it.
You can climb up there.
They also have this paved biking trail that goes a long way all around the area. It's called the Sleeping Bear Heritage Trail, and here you can see the area between Glen Lake down there and Lake Michigan. Well folks, I wanted to climb up the dune. I didn't feel like doing it, but I did halfway. So I hope that counts for something. It didn't look too bad from the bottom, but now that I'm halfway up, that may not look daunting in the video, but it does from here. Now getting down seems to be a lot easier. You just run down. Maybe if I go more sideways and straight up, it'll be easier on me. Okay, I did go a little further. You can probably hear me huffing and puffing. Not easy for a 67-year-old man like me. And now that I'm this far up, I see that there's a whole nother layer. A little dip in a valley there, and then another climb that looks like as much as this one is. So that I'm not going to do. And over here is a real grassy area with some trees. That looks interesting. And from here you can get a good view of Glen Lake. In fact, here you can see the bridge that goes over the lake. I was right there when I did my video of the boats, and as you can tell, when I zoom in that close, Things get really shaky. At least it's not hot today. It's really clear skies, the sun is shining, it's warm, but there's a nice cool breeze. So that makes it very tolerable. I am loving Lake Michigan area so far. So now I'm going to see if I can get down without tripping. Also right now, it's 6 p.m. I just found that their campgrounds are full, as usual in any national park facility. So I gotta head on south and find a place to park for the night. Well, I found a nice place in the little town of Empire. They got a lighthouse there. That's Lake Michigan. And over here they have a lagoon with a swimming and fishing pier. Well, somebody just told me that this used to be part of Lake Michigan, but it's been separated somehow, and now it's its own separate lake. It's called South Bar Lake. But it does have a sandy beach. And you got playground equipment here. There's a few people around. Yeah, a dog out there. It's a long way for the dog offshore. Got the evening sun glistening on the water here. By the way, this place is just about a 15-minute drive south of the sand dunes. People swimming in Lake Michigan, having fun on a Wednesday evening. The beach down there, it's got some pretty nice sand. However, right at the water level, it's very rocky. So you want to wear your water shoes if you go out into the water. Now up here, they've got really nice sand here. However, there's some huge boulders between there and the water. So you have to find a way to climb down across the boulders. I wonder how this big rock got there. And it is a pretty long beach. There's people walking along it way down there. Can you hear the waves coming in? They got a huge anchor on display here. And here's some info on the town of Empire and the area, how it was founded, and then later the empire was pretty much ended, I guess. They do charge for parking here. They got a self-registration machine here. $1 an hour, which is not bad. But they don't allow overnight parking. It seems like that would be a much more of a money maker if they did. So instead of just getting $1 from me, they might get like 15. Why wouldn't they want to make more money? I don't know. I'm going to end this video here in the town of Empire by showing you where I stayed tonight. As I was driving around, I noticed several places where I could park for the night. There was a couple abandoned businesses and a bank. Abandoned businesses are a really good place to park where nobody is going to care, I think. And banks, employees don't get there until like 9 o'clock in the morning or later. But one place I like even better when I don't have many other options is churches. One thing I didn't like about the other options is that they're on the main highway through town, and that would kind of be high profile. The police might stop by. They wouldn't do anything unless they have a city ordinance against overnight parking in parking lots, which small towns rarely do. It's mainly a problem in big cities. The reason why I like churches for parking is because at night there's no one around to even know that you're there, except possibly neighbors. Many are off of the main roads, so it's low profile, and you just want to make sure that you park in a part of the parking lot where anyone coming in the morning is not going to be so concerned. And as I was here, someone did drive up in this car, but they went right into the church. They didn't bother me. And if someone were to come ask me, what are you doing here? I would just tell them I'm just staying for the night. I'm going to be leaving early in the morning. And I think churches, or church people, would be a lot more kind and considerate about allowing a traveler to just park in their parking lot overnight. So with churches, I'm much less worried about the property owners complaining. I don't do churches like this very often, but when I do, I feel okay about it. Good day, folks.